Good morning, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire, and I have a mob of mental illnesses that follow me around and prod me and poke me until life is really difficult. Today I'd like to have a chat about the most wonderful time of the year, or if you have mental illnesses, potentially that really difficult time of the year. Now, this video I hope isn't going to be too depressing. I don't want this to be Claire moans about how rubbish the next 2 weeks are going to be. I've tried to include suggestions and friendly advice about what we can do to make the next fortnight or so a little bit more fun, a little bit more bearable. Just a trigger warning, the second part of this video will make mention of eating disorders. I used to love Christmas, really love Christmas. I used to be full of festive spirit at this time of year, which honestly, looking back now, I find that really hard to believe. But I do have some really nice memories. I remember being about, 16 and going to my local town. And I must have been quite independent minded at that stage, and I just walked around the town, and I remember being so free and liberated and carefree and just enjoying the music and the people and the buzz and the vibe in a way that isn't there for me now. People just they really irritate me. Get out of my way, stop walking behind me. But I do remember enjoying all of that. It isn't that I hate Christmas per se. Christmas looks wonderful. It looks like, or at least it looks like other people are enjoying it and finding fun in it. And the issue isn't the bar humbug Christmas is worthless, waste of time, waste of money, waste of energy. I don't think that. I just don't feel the joy that other people seem to be experiencing. And I've said this before, that my emotions are really quite muted at the moment, and I'm unable to appreciate much of the happiness and the joy and the just loveliness that's going on. So I don't hate Christmas, I just find it hard. Christmas heightens the stuff that's already difficult. I think I've become more aware of how alone I am in most areas of my life. I spend a lot of time by myself, I live by myself. I don't have that many social interactions or that many social opportunities. And most of the time, most of the year, that's just fine by me. I think sometimes I'm too ready to say I don't like people, and that's not true. I do like people. I find people really very interesting, and I want to engage with people and connect with people. And I think that's part of the appeal of YouTube, actually. And I've lost my train of thought. So yeah, I spend a lot of time by myself. But at Christmas, where every time I turn on the TV or watch a Christmas movie or see people walking outside my window, that aloneness, which is okay most of the time, becomes sad and poignant. And instead of being alone, I become lonely. And I start to think about the absences that there are in my life. And that, it's understandable, I think, but it's not necessarily helpful. I also don't think it's inevitable. I think that there are things that I can do to help that situation, and maybe I have to take the risk to put myself out there, and it is a risk. It feels like a risk. There are lots of reasons why I don't socialise as much as I could do. Some of it is fear, and maybe I have to, when I'm feeling lonely, take that chance. Say, hey, to the people I know, do you want to do this? And I think that I need to make the most of those interactions, those social experiences, and instead of quietly worrying in the background of, I have a compulsion to do this and I need to do this, or something bad will happen, and instead trying to be present in the moment and to capture the laughter that I yearn for so much. I've always said that laughter is the best medicine, and maybe that's not quite true. Maybe a mood stabilizer, is well up there, but connection with people is so important, and part of that connection is just having a laugh about things. And I think at Christmas I need to try harder to push through, to break through the barriers. Now that isn't always possible, and I know that, and I need to be very aware that if there's a line and I can't cross it, then that's all right. I don't need to beat myself up about everything. Every day doesn't have to be perfect. What I also find difficult is knowing that I need to be alone, that I have a set of mental illnesses that make overstimulation difficult, whether that be going to meet people or whether that be just something more general like going to the shops. I don't have a choice, and not having a choice about it, I find that very difficult. I think what I want to say is that the way around this, for me, is doing things on my own terms. If I want to do something, if I can do something, then it's on me to set the boundaries, on me to set the time limits, on me to know that I can get out of whatever situation it is when I need to, if I need to, that I know I can find a way home, that I know there's a quiet space, a garden or somewhere I can go to take a breather, to know that the host is aware, as far as I want them to be, that I don't find things easy. I'm pretty open about my mental distress. That's a fairly new thing. And I did a video about, I don't need to be ashamed of being me. And I don't, and I'm trying to put that into practice. Saying to someone, can you just give me 5 minutes, is all right. Doing things on my terms this Christmas is going to make the experience a lot easier. Sometimes I find Christmas just too much. And one of the too muchnesses is about food. And I think so many people say it, whether they be eating disordered or not. They say every year, why do we buy so much stuff? Christmas, I mean, not everybody, but Christmas, the Christmas period, 3 days, 4 days? And we buy 2 weeks worth of shopping. Why do we do that? But so many of us do. And it feels too much. For someone with a restricting eating disorder, the idea of being in a house with a fridge full of temptations, a fridge full of fears, is overwhelming. For me, I don't want it to be there. I don't want to think about it. I feel forced to think about it, or I end up thinking about it, but I don't want to think about it. Most of the year I'm in control of my own environment, and all of a sudden I'm not. There's other people to think about if I go stay with my family. There's all the things associated with cooking of food and sharing food and showing love through the giving of food, and I find it really hard. Again, in my own life, I am as open as I can be about my struggles with food. The people around me know that I often can't partake in what they're doing, and that's okay. But nonetheless, I do feel the pressure to share in Christmas lunch, to have a chocolate as the box lies there. And the way I'm going to deal with it, and this is friendly advice to myself really, is to have a plan. A lot of my distress with food comes from not being in control of what's going to happen and when. And so if I have a plan, albeit a flexible plan, then I think I will cope better. And even having that negotiated with the people around me is for me a good idea. I try and make my videos at least vaguely humorous, and this one I'm aware wasn't like that, but it's how it is. Christmas is hard. I find Christmas hard. But I know there are things I can do to make the experience just a little less difficult. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a good one. Bye now.